Yo, what's going on? It's the NRW Nerds Rule the World. It's your boy, Kuya P, aka Patrick Michael Strange. I'm back with the homies. I'll bring them on in a second. We are back doing our Marvel Studios Disney Plus What If recaps. This is episode 5 with What If Zombies. You see zombie Iron Man Tony Stark right behind me, backdrop. We're gonna break it down, talk about zombies, that combination that they're doing in episode 5. I'm gonna throw it to the trailer right now, and then I'll have up the homies. So let's take it right now to the trailer for What If Zombies. Here we go.
Follow me. Enter the multiverse of infinite possibilities. Reality is not a straight line. Every passing moment is a chance for a new offshoot, a new variation. In fact, there are more realities than you can possibly fathom. An infinite number of what-ifs. Where the stories you thought you knew are nothing like you remember. Only on Disney Plus.
Boom! There you go. Episode 5. What If Zombies? Gonna do this with the homies as always. First up, the man who's so cool, Mr. You're So Cool with Rob Medina. It's Rob Medina. What's up, Rob?
All is good, man. I'm excited to get into this shiznit right now because this is exciting to get into, man. I was so blown away with this episode. Can't wait to chill with you guys on that.
Yes, sirs. And of course, the cat that always levels us up, the blurred dad himself. What's up, Glenn?
What is cracking? How are we doing? Yeah, let's get into it because, like Rob said, this is exciting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's get into it. Who wants to take story? Who wants to take characters? Go ahead, take it away. I'm gonna throw it to y'all. Let's do it.
I'll go ahead and jump into the story. What if this time around centers around the question: what if there was a zombie apocalypse in the Marvel MCU? How would that go down? So this one is super fun. Basically what happens is Ant-Man and Wasp, they bring back a zombie virus from the quantum realm. This is the original Ant-Man. The original Ant-Man and the original Wasp bring back a zombie virus from the quantum realm. It starts infecting people. Interesting enough, people who are infected still keep their superpowers. That is kind of interesting. And even if they don't have superpowers, they just keep like the shit that they do. So that was pretty cool. But we quickly find out that the world has been infected. It kind of picks up where Infinity War began with Hulk crashing into the sanctum. And he finds out no one's there because everyone's been taken over by zombies. It starts out very much like Infinity War with that beginning scene where we get a couple of Thanos's four. What are they? Four horse? No, not four horsemen. His four. Whatever it's called.
I forgot, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, his Black Order, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So his Black Order, they still come to the Sanctum trying to get their time zone, but this time they're taken out by the Avengers. And then it's interesting because the whole story is through the eyes of Spider-Man in this one. So it's kind of like from Spider-Man's point of view, he sees everything going down. The Black Order comes there. Hulk and Spider-Man. So Hulk, like, he's like, oh no, Black Order is about to take over New York or whatever. Then they're taken out by the Avengers, and then he sees that like it's a little bit overkill, and all of a sudden they're turning them into zombies, and he sees Captain America's a zombie, Iron Man's a zombie, everybody's a zombie. Doctor Strange and Iron Man are zombie. Cool thing is that the Cape is actually an independent entity this time. It's no longer attached to Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange is evil and he's a zombie. So the Cape is flying around saving the day. I really enjoyed this story. It takes you into a lot of the different places that we've seen. You get a little bit of Wakanda in there, get the upstate Jersey little army base, get that in there. You get to see all the characters and their interplay, who turns into a zombie, who's not a zombie, who is using their powers. You get Happy's in there. So that was cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm starting to filter into the characters, but the story was just really, really fun. I'm not going through because I feel like there's some twists and turns that you want to be on the ride for. So I'm not spoiling it to the nth degree right now. I'll throw it to Rob, talk about the characters a little bit, and then when we start our discussion, by that time you'll realize that we're about to get into spoilers, I suppose. But I really like this episode. I really like what they did. And there's kind of like a twist at the end that I really enjoyed. But yeah, that's What If Zombies, man. What did you think about the characters, Rob?
Yeah, so this one's actually my new favorite episode so far, because it's just I expect this one to get better and better, and it hasn't disappointed so far. So, but as far as the characters, you already mentioned quite a few of them. We talked about Wasp, Hank Pym being in the picture, Doctor Strange. We've got to mention Wong. We have Sharon Carter. You already mentioned Happy Hogan. We also have Hawkeye making an appearance there. Captain America. Of course, we've also got Scott Lang. That shit was hilarious with him being in the episode with all his dad jokes. And of course, we also have Vision, Wanda in there as well too. Although zombified Wanda, which is a very dangerous Wanda in my opinion, and we see that in this episode. Of course, we mentioned Peter Parker. Okoye is in there as well too. Bucky's in there. Who else am I leaving out? There's a ton of other people that I'm sure I'm leaving out and I'm forgetting right now, because there's quite a few people that we see that I can't remember off the top of my head.
T'Challa was in there too.
That's right. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting something big.
Falcon.
All
the black dudes.
All the black dudes. Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm just pretty much writing off with what you said there. This episode was I thought was going to be the lead up. At least the events that we were seeing so far was going to be the lead up to this moment. That's what I thought was going to happen. But to my surprise, we're at that halfway point, and we've got this storyline that we were introduced to, where T'Challa is Star-Lord, and now here he is Black Panther. Mm-hmm. So I know this is a what if universe, and these are just multiple storylines we're all following here, but I'm curious to see in the end, because the fact that there's different things going on at once. Doctor Strange in this mix here, he's a zombie, and I'm wondering if with what happened when the last episode with Doctor Strange kind of like shut guard again, if you will, and a little violent too for Marvel shows. I thought. Yeah,
for sure. And there's like people are getting dispatched like with like in the worst way. But I think the other thing that was really cool is how all of these what ifs kind of end. And I feel like all of the what ifs have been ending with the universe basically in peril. And it's kind of like, yep, the universe is not going to survive this episode, or something terrible is going to happen this time. Outside of the first one, I think the first one was kind of the happiest ending, with Sharon Carter kind of returning. But all the other ones, it seems like the universe is about to be destroyed in just about all of the other what ifs. Like the next scene, like whatever we see, it's how it ends. But the next scene that we didn't see seems like it's going to be like a world-ending event. Same thing kind of happens here.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention too that Thanos makes an appearance at the very end with the gauntlet, and he's just missing that one Infinity Stone, and at least on that major cliffhanger. So, you forgot Spider-Man. You didn't even say Spider-Man, but I thought I said Peter Parker. Maybe I didn't. You're probably right. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of characters I was trying to remember off the top of my head here. But yeah, man, it's this episode was like basically Infinity War meets the I guess you could say episode 4 with like a little bit of like Spider-Man, Far From Home. Yeah, I guess you could say Far, because it had a little bit of elements of Spider-Man's kind of like traits in there that we kind of picked up from the last time we saw him prior to Far From Home. And then obviously we get a little bit of like Ant-Man and the Wasp, and just all those different characters, like franchises, kind of mixed into like a 30-minute episode, and it didn't feel convoluted. It was actually nice to get a little bit of touch of everybody there. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it felt like I wanted more. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to have like more of the episode. Like when it ended, I was like, wait. Like I wanted it to keep going, because the storyline was really like engaging. When I heard zombies, like they were going to do zombies, I'm like, that's going to be so stupid, man. I'm like. Yeah, I'm just, it's like you see all these zombie movies. I got like Walking Dead fatigue. No, like it's like I've gotten Walking Dead fatigue. You know what I mean? Where I watch Walking Dead like religiously to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm burnt out on these zombies. They keep making the same story over and over again. So you hear zombies, and it's like, it's gonna, but it's like, nah, this is really really dope. It was really really well done.
Yeah.
Get out. You being all salty, Patrick, just because
you obviously didn't read the comic books or the Marvel Zombies. There's a complete difference there.
No, but I'm just saying, but in my mind,
I understand zombie
thinking,
fatigue, but there's like
it was zombie fatigue. So it's like
in regards to this. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you are a quote unquote, because Marvel fans, longtime Marvel fans, are known as Marvel zombies because they're so fanatical over the materials. So that was a long time terminology for fans of Marvel. And when they did like the comic line that they somewhat played close to, but they really kept this MCU Marvel zombie. They did take a twist, but there were nods which I really appreciated, with T'Challa having his leg missing. Because that happened.
That
happened in the Marvel zombie comics, but they did completely, change up the story because they wanted to center it in the MCU storyline realm that they're doing with these series. So I appreciated the nods to the comic book and how the zombie things are. There's a lot of pieces, and I'm sure there'll be other channels out there that are going to kind of bounce it with the comic books and the series. But I appreciate that as a comic stan.
What was the biggest difference?
It's been a minute since I've read it all, but a lot of this story again is centric to MCU, and it was a bigger explanation within the zombie universe within the Marvel.
If I remember
stuff.
correctly,
it's night and day. It's different stuff.
Wasn't the whole zombie thing introduced due to like a timeline thing where they were brought into the current Marvel, at least comic universe at that time? And there was this whole thing about how someone had opened up a portal and then allowed those zombies to come in. Wasn't that the original storyline for that zombie line?
I don't believe so. It was Magneto. There's a lot of different things, but I don't want to. I can't speak on it because it's been so long. So yeah. But from what I recall, no, there was a lot of different things. But again, I'm speaking without having that narrative or that information. Haven't recently read it, so I don't want to speak to that effect. But but from just general observance and knowing both, they kept it very MCU centric, and because they had to tie in like where it started, which I appreciated as an MCU fan, where they had it start with the quantum realm that Glenn, you brought up, and then coming back from that wasn't how it started in the comic books. And just the different tie-ins on how it all kind of came together. And then where they ended it off, that Glenn didn't want to spoil at the end with the Thanos piece, but then Rob kind of spoiled it by saying already there with the Infinity Stone. So we apologize if y'all saw this, if you haven't seen this yet. Sometimes we're not all there.
Yeah.
So, but there you go, man. So, what were for me, guys? I had a lot of fun moments in this. I really enjoyed this next piece in the What If series. Did y'all have a favorite moment?
I'll say my favorite moment was when who was it? I forget who it was, but like they came in, they held a gun on him, and it was Captain America. He's like came in like, we're the Avengers, and then Ant-Man was shrunk down and bit him on the neck. He's like, ow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's how he like turned or whatever. Like that was hilarious to me. But I really enjoyed Hope being like kind of the leader of the Avengers in this one. Like she was kind of the one who was leading the realm, and then Ant-Man with the head. That was kind of hilarious. But I really liked Hope being the leader. So I thought that was fun. I thought she was a dope leader and martyring herself for the team. That was awesome as well. So all those the Ant-Man angle I really enjoyed for this What If. Ant-Man has been a big player. Like that series has been a big player in the What If saga right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that has something to do. Yeah, I'm kind of going to pick off of that too, but I'm wondering if that's going to have anything to do with the quantum universe that they're going to be doing with the new Ant-Man movie.
Quantumania, yeah.
Quantumania, that's right. Thank you. As far as my favorite, I'm going to say a lot of it has to do with how Peter Parker is kind of getting more of like starting to show more of a leadership role that we all knew he had but this one's like is a situation where you actually get to see him develop that more into the series here, or in this episode, I meant to say. So I liked him a lot in this episode. Little, I wouldn't say a little less jokey, but a little more serious and a little more thoughtful with his approach. And then I thought Scott Lang was the funniest thing in the episode. I thought he was hilarious with those dad jokes. I was like, yeah, man, I got you. I know where you're coming from with that. So I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, I also like Hope storyline too. Her being the main, leader of the group, if you will, and having her show a different side of her that I'm sure we saw. I know we saw a little bit in the movies, but this is like a whole different aspect of this character. I think if you follow her storyline, you know that she's capable of pulling off. This was the opportunity for us to see that, so I appreciated that. But aside of that, I mean, the overall episode in itself, I mean, I dug it. I would have liked to. This is an episode I think I would have been better off as an hour rather than 30 minutes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I really like. I almost forgot Happy with the little.
Oh yeah, yeah,
super fun. What about you, Kuyapi? Since you're the veteran, you pull rank on us. Yeah. What is your favorite part of this?
Since you're the real fan,
rank,
right?
where did I pull
the real fan, man? What's going on? what was your favorite part?
I enjoyed the whole thing, but if there was a favorite moment, I would echo you in regards to how Hope was, aka the Wasp, was kind of just running through cats to kill them, by just darting straight through them, in a microscopic form to just kill them straight through by going straight through them like that. That was dope. And then when she had to eventually kill Sharon Carter by just doing the giant size and then blowing her up from the inside. Just amazing moments. There's a lot of signature moments that I really enjoyed. And nods to also comic book stuff where we had Spidey trying to pull the train, which we've kind of seen, I think, in the films, and to get the train going. Yeah. That was cool. The cape, Strange's cape. I love that that still is kind of like a character element in a way, that has like a kind of a wild magical consciousness, if you will, because it saved Spider-Man's butt quite a few times, saved quite a few of the characters' butts in different instances. Just kind of those moments is what makes Marvel special. So yeah, there's a lot of cool moments and nods back and forth between the MCU to the comics that I thought they did really well. And then again, to have a lot of the actors, the majority of the actors came back to do the voiceover roles. I thought we saw the last of T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, in the Star-Lord episode, but to have him come back here. Actually, you know what? That reminds me of another significant moment that kind of, actually, again, I'm old, I get teary-eyed, but to have him reflect on death when they're in the Quinjet as they were making their way to Wakanda, that hit me a little bit, where he's talking about, in my culture, death is, I forgot the exact words, but have him talk about that and death when we already know, what has happened to Chadwick, fucking hit me. You know what I'm saying? That was just another reminder. And to have those words come out his mouth, bro, got me a little teary. I didn't cry, but I felt it hit me a bit. It hit me a bit. So great overall episode. Actually, we should have started with this one. What was I have a least favorite moment. Do y'all have the same, or should I go ahead with my least favorite moment? Did y'all have a least favorite moment?
I want to hear yours, because I really I just remember liking it all the way through, and I didn't have a moment where I was like, I didn't. Oh, my least favorite moment was when Falcon died. Like I was, because
you're a Falcon fan.
I'm a Falcon fan, but other than that, I was like, this is pretty much perfect, except for I wanted more.
Got you. Did you actually a moment in regards to Falcon that reminds me, when Falcon died and Okoye was like, I know that was your friend. I wanted a little bit of remorse from Bucky. Bucky was like, nah, I'm all right in a way, but that kind of pissed me off. That kind of was like, nah, Bucky, you should have felt that a little bit more.
Well, I mean, they
upset
me. Haven't really cool. They haven't been really cool up at this point. Like at this point, within the
storyline, right? Yeah,
because this is right after
their friendship hadn't bonded like it has.
Yeah,
exactly. That's right.
So it's like kind of, I mean, they're kind of like, I mean, not that he spoke to it. He was like, I kind of feel like I should feel bad, but I really don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shows that we had changed over, but I still don't feel terrible. You know what I mean? So
I think
I'm thinking like it's now after Winter Soldier. Well, the which we know. I think if it was after this point, hell yeah, there'd be a different case. But I didn't even think about where they're at, where they are in the MCU, they wouldn't.
But he
have
also did the
bonded
same
like
thing for Captain America too, when he like threw the shield and cut him in half. He didn't show any remorse. He's more like, all right, this is the end of the line, and pulled the shield back and puts it in his back and walked away. So he had more or less the same attitude towards that. I think he's able to separate the fact that this is not the same guy that I knew. So, I can move past that, and maybe he'll have a time later on to reflect on it if given the opportunity.
Speaking of which, Rob, you're right. He did. He brushed that shit off. Like Cap takes it way harder when Bucky gets hurt than Bucky takes it when Cap gets hurt.
Yeah.
Like Cap is crying every time someone says Bucky names, he frees. But Bucky cuts him in half, and he's like, "Damn, that sucks." And then he hits him with the one-liner.
I'm taking your toy now.
What was the part that you didn't like though, Kuya P?
And what's funny about this one is it's very in character. Was the Spidey zombie prevention video. It's very in character, but it took me out of the episode.
Really?
It took me out of the episode. I'm like, you're in a fucking zombie apocalypse. You're not really going to share this to the rest of the world. And then to have, fucking Happy and my man Kurt, played by David Dasmalkian, that we know from the Ant-Man series, from X-Con, and Bucky, just everybody participating. That just kind of, to me, was
like,
just,
when did they have time to shoot that?
Exactly. It just took it away from what else is going on in the world. You never do that in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. I realize it's on brand for Peter Parker, and that's what why they wrote that in there. And it kind of takes away from, the horror of the moments,
the lividity behind
it. It completely took me out of it. On brand, I enjoyed it. It was funny. It was cool, but it took me out of the moment. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my least favorate.
Yeah, that was weird. When I saw it, I thought the same thing. I was like, all right, that's kind of weird. But
I dug it, man. I thought it was good.
But I thought that was the tone they were going for, just like kind of campy and like this is like,
oh yeah, silly. Especially once we finally had Paul Rudd back with Ant-Man. Those jokes were hitting. They're straight up dad jokes, like you said, but it was amusing. So yeah, I kind of it came right back with that, but I don't know. It's different when it's that while we're seeing all this horror stuff going on. But nah, if I had to have a least favorite, then I would say is that, because that was the first part where I got taken out of the moment. We got back to the horror, and then we kind of got comedy again, obviously, because it's good. That's just Paul Rudd, Scott Lang's character. But it was in time with the horror elements, so which made it okay. But yeah, a fun episode. Enjoyed it. I really liked how they bridged everything and kind of gave nods to the comics and then made it fit into the MCU. Another great What If episode. To me, in line with everything else that we've seen thus far from the What If series.
What if that's what's missing from these zombie movies? Like if they had an orientation, a lot more people would survive. That's why in Zombieland, people were surviving. There's an orientation video that we got to see about the universe.
That's what that reminded me of. It reminded me of Zombieland. I was like, oh,
right.
It's like I think it was that, and also the whole Scott Lang's headless body, or I'm sorry, bodiless head that he had going for him. That reminded me of, what was it, Futurama? Where they had all those like celebrity heads and those fish that reminded me of that. So I think there was a little bit of like nods here and there of shows that I'm sure a lot of these guys were fans of. They included as Easter eggs in this episode. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. What if zombies? That is our take. Your boy Glenn Lawrence, the Blurred Dad, Rob Medina, Mr. You're So Cool. Let's get up out of here until the next What If episode. Rob, how can they reach out to you?
So y'all can reach out to me here on my social media accounts. On Instagram, Rob_Medina0585. On Twitter, Rob Medina0585. On Facebook, Rob Medina. And also follow my show's social media accounts. On Instagram, You're So Cool with Rob Medina. And on Twitter, You're So Cool WRM.
Nice.
Glenn.
You can find me, Glenn Lawrence, Glenn Lawrence Comedy, Glenn Lawrence Laughs, on your Facebook, IG, Instagram, Twitters, also Level Up Comedy. You can find me there on all your social medias. Blurred Dad Podcast on Twitter. So you want to reach out, one of those methods will get in contact with me.
All right. Follow the Blurred Dad. Follow Mr. You're So Cool. Check them out. Give them all the love like I do. All the love to my fellas. For me, your boy, Kuya P, you can follow me at Strange since 1977, and at Temple Far East. That's Twitter, that's the IG. The Legend Kuyapi over on TikTok, over at the Nerds of Color, giving you that pop culture perspective, as well as Show Pal Show for my Filipinx people, and of course over here at the NRW and Annual Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Rob Medina, Glenn Lawrence, your boy Kuyapi. We are out of here until next time, where we ponder the question: what if?
Deuces.